Friends, a profound shift is underway in the commodity markets, and financial experts are now boldly proclaiming a new reigning champion: copper. That's correct. The unassuming reddish-brown metal, long relegated to the background as a mere industrial commodity for electrical wiring, plumbing, and factory machinery, is stepping into a dazzling new spotlight. While gold and silver have historically performed wonders as stores of value and safe haven assets, a unique convergence of global trends suggests that the next era of extraordinary returns may belong to the more humble yet increasingly indispensable element of copper. Reflecting on the recent past, the year 2025 witnessed a spectacular bull run for precious metals. Gold and silver delivered truly tremendous returns to astute investors, with their values skyrocketing to unprecedented heights. Seemingly every day brought news of fresh record highs as prices soared, appearing to touch the very sky itself. This rally cemented their status as timeless assets. However, now in a dramatic pivot, all eyes are turning towards copper, which is not just advancing but rapidly accelerating as the prime candidate for the next major investment cycle. This leads us to the critical questions at the heart of this transition. Why precisely will copper prices experience a sustained surge? What fundamental forces could possibly crown copper as the next king of commodities? And most importantly, what is the detailed rationale provided by leading experts? In this analysis, we will unpack everything you need to understand this potential paradigm shift. We will explore the technological, economic, and logistical drivers in full meticulous detail. Firstly, let's delve into the core argument for why copper is being touted as the next gold. It's essential to understand that this comparison isn't merely about speculative value. It's about copper's evolving role from a simple industrial input to a critical strategic resource for the future global economy. According to a growing consensus among mining analysts, investment strategists, and industrial forecasters, copper prices are poised for a massive multi-year surge. This bullish outlook is not based on speculation alone, but is anchored in four powerful, interconnected megatrends reshaping our world. The explosive growth of artificial intelligence, AI, the relentless global transition to electric vehicles, EVs, the urgent worldwide push for green energy and a comprehensive energy transition, and the relentless expansion of power grids and hyperscale data centers to support the digital economy. Intriguingly, all four of these transformative sectors share a single, non-negotiable physical requirement: vast quantities of highly conductive and durable copper. The relationship between AI and copper is particularly profound. The development and operation of AI are fundamentally impossible without copper's essential properties. Today, across the globe from the United States to India, nations are racing to construct sprawling AI data center complexes. But what is often overlooked is the immense physical infrastructure these facilities demand. Did you know that a single modern data center can require thousands of miles of copper wiring for its internal networks, relies on copper-intensive electrical grids for immense power draw, and utilizes copper in critical cooling systems to manage the heat generated by powerful servers? Specialists in the field state unequivocally that the blistering speed and scale of the AI revolution are simply not feasible without a corresponding surge in copper supply, making it the literal wiring of our intelligent future. Beyond demand, the supply side of the equation presents the next critical game changer: a deepening structural deficit. The fundamental economic principle of scarcity is coming into sharp focus. A recent report from AQ Global News Agency highlighted that in 2025, the global copper market already experienced a significant shortfall of approximately 124,000 tons. More strikingly, projections for 2026 indicate this supply deficit could worsen, potentially expanding to around 155,000 tons. This imbalance, where soaring demand dramatically outpaces the ability of mines to produce new supply, creates a classic economic scenario where a powerful price surge is not just likely but virtually inevitable. The basic dynamics of the market dictate that when everyone needs more of a finite resource and there isn't enough to go around, prices will ignite. Examining the situation through a national lens, India's position is especially telling. The country's output meets only a fraction of the nation's burgeoning domestic needs, which are fueled by massive infrastructure development, urbanization, and its own green energy ambitions. Consequently, India remains heavily dependent on copper imports, making its economy vulnerable to global price fluctuations and supply chain disruptions. This domestic shortfall mirrors the broader global crisis. Summarizing the expert view, the formula for copper's ascent is clear. Chronic global supply shortage, AI revolution, EV manufacturing boom, and green energy transition. This all adds up to the copper prices reaching potentially unimaginable heights. Many analysts firmly believe that just as the precious metals bull run of recent years created significant wealth for investors, copper is now positioned to deliver a comparable, if not greater, performance for those who recognize its strategic value. Supporting this thesis, a specific Reuters dispatch from December 12th notes that, driven by these forces, copper prices on international exchanges have the potential to approach the key benchmark of $2,000 per metric ton. To put the current momentum into perspective, copper prices in 2025 alone have already climbed an impressive 35%. This marks the most vigorous annual price rally the metal has seen since the post-financial crisis rebound in 2009. Adding further weight to the demand projections, estimates from the investment bank Marcus suggest that total global copper consumption could reach a staggering 27 million tons by 2026. Leading this consumption, demand in China, the world's largest commodity consumer, is forecast to grow by an additional 3.7%, demonstrating the trend's global nature. In conclusion, the evidence is overwhelming and paints a clear picture. Copper has definitively shed its old identity as a mere cyclical industrial metal. It has been fundamentally revalued and reclassified as the most critical and strategic metal for building our shared future. Whether we are discussing the algorithms of AI, the batteries of electric vehicles, or the turbines and cables of green energy systems, every single pathway to technological progress and sustainability appears to run directly through and depend entirely upon the conductive heart of copper. So, after the glittering era of gold and silver, is the stage now set for the reign of copper? What is your informed perspective on this matter? Do you believe copper possesses the fundamental drivers to truly become the next king of commodities? Are we on the cusp of a sustained long-term increase in copper prices? And ultimately, do you think the experts analyzing these complex trends are correct in their assessments? A crucial disclaimer: this report has been prepared strictly for your informational and educational purposes. We are not providing financial advice, nor are we recommending that you invest in copper or any other asset. The markets are complex and volatile. Before making any investment decisions whatsoever, it is imperative that you conduct your own thorough research and consult with a qualified independent financial advisor who can assess your personal circumstances.